We got a call last year from a lawyer here in Georgia who wanted to send a referral to us regarding another product liability case. The crash actually happened in Arizona. The clients were actually in Texas. A service company in Georgia that serviced the vehicle, and actually the lift kit on the vehicle, improperly serviced it. And as a result, our client's husband was driving down the road in Arizona. The rear axle failed, and he essentially rolled over half a roll, and the roof crushed down on his head. And ultimately what happened to him was, as he was sitting there in the roadway upside down, the roof crushed down on his head, he suffocated to death. And so this referring lawyer obviously had the case against the service company here in Georgia, but they had limited insurance, and so she called us asking us if we thought there may be a product liability case.
When we received that call from the attorney, we immediately recognized this as a roof crush case. This is not the first roof crush case we've seen at the Cooper firm. For whatever reason, over decades, auto manufacturers have repeatedly failed to build roofs that do not crush when vehicles roll over. Now, what do auto manufacturers know? Of course, they know these vehicles roll over. Rollover crashes are a common occurrence on our roadways. And again, it's a crash that at first blush could appear severe and like something that an occupant couldn't survive. Well, that's not the case. There are federal standards based around the idea that these vehicles' roofs should not crush in when they roll over. The roof on this vehicle was so weak, and particularly it was weak in the face of the fact that the manufacturer built a heavy SUV. So heavy SUVs are going to roll over, and heavy SUVs are going to put more strain on the roof when they roll over. And what we've seen, whether it's this auto manufacturers or other auto manufacturers throughout the years, is when you actually lift up the hood, so to speak, and take a look at the strength of these roofs, you start to learn that they know how strong the roofs need to be, and oftentimes they simply do not build the roofs that way. And there are criteria under Georgia law to actually admit those other incidents that we know about to a jury at a trial, meaning we're able to go to a jury and say, this happened with this vehicle, but this is not the first time. And that's part of why it's important to involve lawyers who have product liability experience over a multitude of years, because they've seen these defects in a multitude of cars, and we understand specifically how to admit those other incidents at a trial in front of a jury. And it's compelling evidence. It's compelling evidence when you're able to say, this isn't the first time this happened with this vehicle, and it will not be the last unless the auto manufacturer is told that these kinds of designs are unacceptable.
The expert that we engaged, he's worked on dozens of these cases, so those are other similar incidents, but he's also gotten the information from the manufacturer to show that they made decisions for cost reasons not to make these roofs strong enough. They didn't want to put enough metal or steel in the roof, and as a result of pinching pennies, they've caused numerous fatalities and catastrophic injuries. So we have that experience with these experts, and really in almost every product liability case we handle, because we've done it before, we have an expert team in place that not only can help us with our case, but also identify evidence from other cases that will help us in our case.